I don't know if I can see if it's being recorded.
You are all set. It's recorded.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the call. Hopefully you got to listen to the great tips that Daniel Ritt and Teddy Miller and Kristen Dyer, I think that's her name, had on their boot camp. If you're not able to be on that call, I suggest that you go listen to it at a later time and try to block that off in your calendar. She had some great tips. So I have a few announcements. My name is Kimberly Duncan. I know it says Rochelle Millions. We were doing some practice stuff for the opportunity on Thursday night. So now my name says Rochelle Millions. As you can see, Rochelle Millions is on here also. So tonight I want to talk about one big announcement. No, I have two. Before I do the drawing for Cycle Bonus, and I'll talk about that in a minute too, but in your back office, just added a new social media tool. And many of us are building our business using social media. And if you're like me, sometimes it's hard to think about, what should I post to be people's interest? Well, on there, it has a whole library for you to be able to use posts that will help. And they have, if you go into your back office, and it's in the tools, and it's called Media Library. And there are 6 different categories that you can choose from. So you may want to mix and match. But the different categories are the age group from 20 to 30 year olds. So if that's your target, you don't have to be an age group for that to be your target market. But if that's your target market, then you may want to pick from there. The next one is 30 to 45 year olds. 45 to 60 year olds is the next one. 60 plus is another one. This category is testimonials. So people's testimonials from the GL or the KG. And the last one is motivation, and it has different images that fit with motivation. So can you all hear me? Okay. Can you guys hear me now? No? Can you hear me? Can you hear? No?
I think you're good, Kim.
I am now?
Yes.
Okay. So, did anybody hear anything about the library?
Still echoing.
It's echoing?
Yeah, kind of buffering and echoing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me try to log in again.
Okay. Okay. While we're waiting for her to re-log in, did anybody learn anything? What was your aha from Danielle's call tonight? Anybody want to volunteer? Who was on? Just unmute yourself and let us know what your aha was from Danielle's live tonight.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Lori.
Hello. She's still going.
I know she is. I know.
Zoom. I like how she opened up the community group to, add the people so we can hopefully have another blow up here pretty soon. Adding our 10 people a day. And I love how she said, make sure you ask them if they'd like to be removed after.
That's right.
You know, I love that.
I did
Okay,
too.
can you hear me now?
I can.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you didn't hear about the social library tool, social media tool.
Kim, it's still not working. So why don't we do this? Why don't I, Kim, it's still not working. I don't know why. I think maybe you should get a pair of headsets, but I don't know. So oh, is it me now dragging too?
You're good, Rochelle.
Okay. So I know that Kim was going to do our cycles drawing. So she has those things all in a bag. I do not have those. And we just heard Lori say that they're opening up the KG4 support page for prospecting for those of you that weren't on there. I know that I saw some, okay, so let's see. So I think what I'm just going to do, but Michelle Howe, I don't have your bio. So I am just going to say that, first of all, whenever I called Rachel Gershowitz, I was totally sponsoring up. And I am so thankful for that. If you don't know that term, and the way that I have heard about Michelle Howe since the day she came on this is Rachel saying how she sponsored up. And so we can all just think about, so just take that and think about all of Rachel and then go, hello, Michelle. So Michelle is a coordinator, and I'm so excited. I know that she'll be coach before we know it and running with all of us to, oh, she's so close. So
close.
There, I don't know exactly what your goal is, so I don't want to say your goal is by Vegas, but she's going to be there. We're all going diamond together. And so whenever we were talking about people to do the call, I've heard such great things from Rachel about how Michelle trains and her wealth of knowledge. And so Michelle agreed to train us tonight. So with that, if you guys can give a round of applause. Thank you. Okay, take it away, Michelle.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, first of all, I like to speak, but I'm more of a facilitator. So are you guys up to participate with me? Yes or no? Yes. Hopefully.
Sure.
Yes.
Just wave your hands like this. Okay.
Yes.
So, yay. I can't see everybody on one screen for some reason, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Just answer. So unmute yourself if you don't have background noise. And I want you to answer this question. What comes up for you when you hear the word consistency? First thought, best thought. What comes up?
Professional athlete.
Okay. Consistency. What else?
Doing something even when you don't feel like it.
Okay. All right. Someone else.
Doing something every single day.
Okay. All right. So a couple quotes around consistency. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives. It's what we do consistently. That's Tony Robbins. And then consistent action creates consistent results. Christine Kane. So yeah, so consistency might, for some of you, it might feel like yuck. For other people, be like, yes, I'm so on that. For me, I'm really wanting to do this differently than I did my previous company 10 years ago. I was in direct sales for 16 years, took a 10-year break, and now I'm back in it again. But where I fell, I feel, looking back through some personal growth, is the word instant gratification. What comes up for you when you hear the word instant gratification? Anyone can answer. Best thought. First thought, best thought.
Not caring about the fourth second. You just want what you want in that second.
Okay. Anyone else? Take yourselves off mute. People, come on. Participate. Colleen, I see you.
Something that's good that you want right now. You don't want to have the patience. You want it right now.
Okay.
Immediate rewards. Immediate rewards.
Immediate rewards. Okay. Yeah.
The new generation of kids.
Okay. All right.
You're giving in to your urges rather than staying to your commitments.
Okay.
Good one.
All right. So go ahead. Okay. So for me, instant gratification was something that I really wanted. I was something as a child that I feel like my parents fed. When I wanted something, I got something. And so, and they were wonderful parents. They're just doing what they love to give their kids. But what it learned is a pattern of, when I want something, I want it now, and I don't want to wait. And in this business and other elements of life, that just doesn't work. And for me to learn that lesson, God said, go train and run a marathon. And I was like, never been a runner before. But what for me it was about consistency, building a consistent walk, a consistent exercise regime, do something consistently every day. So that's what I want to focus on. When you think about consistency, what is the consistent activities that we should be doing in this business every day? Anyone can answer.
Sending out the videos every day to prospects.
Okay, sending out videos, whether using the app or using getonthegel.com, whatever, getting some videos out there. What else?
Follow-ups, very important.
Follow up. Okay, couple more.
Posting on social media.
Okay, posting on social media. Yeah, there's so many different ways. And what everybody has said was income producing activities. I didn't hear one person say, go be on a training or go watch or read a book, or all those are good things, but they're not income producing activities. Those are things you can work into certain times of your day, but there are certain times of the day where you want to be doing consistent activities every day, what they call income producing activities, the follow-up, the prospecting, the connecting with your team, doing three-way calls, things like that. So having a balance every day of doing something consistently. I think for me personally, because I still have that instant gratification come up for me, the first thing I want to do is I want to manipulate. I want to manipulate the results, and I'm just being truly honest with you. I want to get there faster. But what really gets you there is the consistent walk, the consistent everyday results, the everyday actions that are going to create the results. Okay, do you guys look at other people's posts and go, I don't know why my video just left. Come back. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep talking. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, start my video. Okay, there we go. And I lost my thought. Where'd you go? Okay, yeah. So do you guys look at other people's posts? Like, I see people hitting coach and I'm like, oh, I'm happy for them. But I'm like, oh, I want it now. And I'm so happy. And then I see people, what really triggered me, and I'm going to be real right here, right now. Sunday night, I saw somebody post that was the same weight of me when I started KG4, and they're now down like significantly, like 15 pounds. And that hit me. And I was like, man, I want that. Why am I not that size? And I started finding myself comparing myself to that person. Well, I don't know what their eating is. I don't know their body chemistry. I don't know their workout. So I literally went into a little bit of a trigger. I'll be honest. Monday, just yesterday, I was in a funk, and I was dealing with anxiety that I haven't dealt with in a while, or it just felt real heavy. And I don't know about you if you've had a day like this. And again, I'm being truly honest, but I was like, do I even want to do this? Do I even want to continue this business? And that might sound weird, with what I've already created, but
You know where she was?
that is that you've kind of been like, be honest. Like, I just don't know if I want to keep going with this, you know? And I really feel a lot, if we consistently do something, it is about getting in there and going, you know, I don't feel like doing this right now, but I'm going to follow up with these people today. And then when you're in action is when you don't have as much self-doubt. And I came off of having a severe tooth issue where I have an extraction done, and I was just had been out of.
I don't know.
Action is going to help you build confidence.
Yeah,
What was
Michelle,
that?
your voice is now starting to sound like Kim's did. Is anyone else hearing that drag?
Okay. It might have. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
My microphone to my face, so okay. So anyways, just listening to that internal language, learning how to press through. If you're doing something consistently every day, you're going to be in action, which will create the confidence for you to keep going. And it's in that consistency that you will see the results come. And I'm just really going to encourage you is just keep your head down. Like, I teach yoga, and I tell people all the time, you know, when you're in my space, it's not about shame or guilt or comparison in my class. You know, it's about just time with you. And in my practice, we talk about higher power. We talk about God. It's about you and that relationship and just showing up. And I say, you know, just keep your eyes on what your practice is today. You know, don't look around to the other person and go, oh my gosh, they can do a really awesome forward fold. I can't even reach the floor, you know? Or for you, it may be, wow, that person signed up 2 new people and I can't seem to get so-and-so to call me back. You know what? Consistent effort. And go watch that thing with Danielle Rich. If you weren't on it, it was phenomenal, and you will get a lot of value out of that. So what has worked for me? What has worked in building my business to coordinator, almost to coach? Let me offer you 3 questions that you want to approach at the end of the day, or say at the end of the week even. As a leadership coach, this is what I do with my coaching clients. It's 3 questions. What worked? What didn't work? And what's next? It's never from a place of beating yourself up. Okay? What worked? What didn't work? And what's next? So these are some of the things that have worked in my business is adding people to your amazing results page, tagging them when you post, tag people in the comments. All of the prospects that you've ever posted or ever put into that page, tag them when you post, and they're going to get that notification. If you've posted a testimonial on your personal page, and you know, you have some people comment, some people you don't, but you might get like 20 likes. Go send the likes a Facebook message to draw interest. I had like 20 likes on the page. No one ever commented, but I went and sent them, hey, I know you're interested in health products, you know, homeopathics like I am. I would love for you to take a look at this. If I send you this video, would you be willing to watch it? Okay, so they already kind of have an idea of what you're doing or what's going on with you. They just didn't comment. So it's kind of like not really, it's a warm prospect. So go and send private messages to your likes on your, using that script that they developed. What has also worked for me? Has anybody heard of your 6 most important things list? Wave your hands if you've ever heard the 6 most important things. So just something that's helped me is at the end of the day, before the next day, important things I'm going to do the next day, and I'll put it on a list just to kind of keep me focused. Intentional about
Michelle, we can't hear anything now.
guys all there? Sorry.
Now we can hear
Can you hear me? Okay. So this is how I got to coordinator, is being very intentional. So I carried an index card with me with people's names on it that I wanted in my business. Whether they were going to be a customer or distributor, it didn't matter. I was really wanting certain people in my business. I have another list of people. I also have my goal of when I'm going to hit that goal also on this page. And I carried this with me throughout the day. If you write down your goals, you have 50% of reaching them than if it's just something I've. Okay, I want to be intentional about that. This worked for me, and it will work for you. Write it down, carry it with you. I even carried it in my yoga pants, and I accidentally washed those pants, and my note card went through the washing machine. But it's all good. Just made a new one. You guys all hear me okay? Yes? Okay. All right. Wonderful. All right. What else? So that's some of the things that have worked. I want to hear from you guys. Again, take yourselves off mute if you don't have background news. What are some of the things that have worked for you in regards to when you ask your question to yourself, what has worked? What has worked for you? Anyone?
I will tell you that the 6 list for me is just magical, because every single day, no matter how I feel, whether I don't feel good, whether I'm busy, whether I'm distracted, I always make sure that I do those 6 things on my list. And then I do more most of the time.
Yeah.
But I minimally do the 6 list.
Yeah. But at the end of the night, just to kind of write down, okay, these are the things I want to focus on for the next day, or these are who I really want to call and follow up with. So your 6 list. Good. All right. Anyone else? Couple more. What has worked?
So I messaged some people privately, and then a couple weeks later, I asked them to meet up with me. Just when my daughter was in town, we all went to a big bingo, and then I made 2 customers there. So a social gathering.
Okay, good. So a face-to-face connection. Yeah. It's a good mix.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one thing that worked for me. I had somebody that was following the page for probably 4 months or so. I tagged her in a post that I did on One Product Amazing Results. And then I messaged her and just said, hey, just checking back in. Do you have any questions? And then I followed up with this question. What health concerns are you wanting to see improved with the gel? Because I knew she had already seen the testimony. She's looking at it. So if you've got folks in here, here's your question. What health concerns are you wanting to see improve with the gel? Well, she answered me right away and talked about, well, my thyroid and blah, blah, blah. And I've talked to my husband about getting on this gel. And I was like, well, you know what? It's funny you mentioned that, because I've got this many people, or I've seen this testimony. And you just bring the story back around for them. Is like, I see people dealing with that same thing. If it's not you, somebody else, that you can share that's helped them. She ordered her gel that night. Like, that was so simple to go back and like tag her in a post and then just follow up with a little question. What health? Because what you're doing there is you're creating the need. What is the need that the gel would fulfill? Is anybody here in sales? Raise your hand. Is anybody here in sales? Everybody should be raising their hand. Are you married? Do you have children? You're in sales and you're selling this product, okay? So everybody's in sales. So always start with a question to draw the interest to create the need, okay? And then fill the need with the answer. quick tip I thought was so cool. I had a couple girls, I didn't know you could do this. On our One Product Amazing Results page, you can go to the top and health concern in there. So like I was sharing how I'm not having as much or at all restless leg syndrome. Yeah, I saw somebody mention that and I hadn't even thought about that. And I haven't had that issue. So I went up there and searched restless leg syndrome, and every post that's ever posted in One Product Amazing Results came up. Guess what I can do with that? I can take that post and I can share it to one of my prospects. Now they have to be on that page, I believe, to see it. But that's a tip I didn't know that somebody shared with me. Okay, so there are some things that are working. If you ask the question, what isn't working? For me, yesterday, being in a state of a fog and having some anxiety and not being in activity wasn't working for me. So waking up this morning, recommitting, rubbing more gel all over my body to get my hormones back in place, going out, working out, all of those things. And for you, it might be what's not working for you. It might be, self-doubt. It might not being enough, not having the confidence. One of the things about Danielle Rich that she mentioned was part of her boot camp is number 2 is personal growth. I've spent the last 10 years doing personal growth, and that never ends. You keep doing personal growth. I mean, even when I was in direct sales, I was doing personal growth. There's just a new layer to keep peeling back. Amen. So just keep peeling that layer back, whether it's reading a book, listening to a blog, a podcast. Find some time where you're not going to be doing your income producing activities and do some personal growth. That's kind of like the question, what's next? What's next? Do some personal growth. I personally find that the best times to follow up are first thing in the morning, lunchtime, and around 7 to 9. I don't tend to do a whole lot after 9 unless I look on my Facebook Messenger and I see people are live. I will message them. But you can see that they're actually on Facebook, and I can do a follow-up with them. But I find like around 8 to 9, between 12 and 1, 12 to 2, and then like 7 to 9 is my best time to follow up. And really, I have another business. I'm sure all of you guys may have something else. So I don't even really work the business until after lunchtime unless I'm answering a few other calls. So again, 3 questions. What's working for you? Acknowledge yourself for that. Acknowledge what you're doing well. Find that consistency in it. And if you haven't been consistent, start tomorrow, okay? And make this call one of your things that you do consistently. Yes, it's not necessarily income producing activity, but you're learning, okay? 2, what's not working? Acknowledge what's not working for you and readjust. Find some support. Call an upline. I'm happy to talk to anybody. I'll pray with you, whatever it takes. Let's find out and let's move forward from that. And then that's what's next. What do you need next to be able to keep moving forward? Let's all get to the next level. Yeah. So I don't know what else. I think that's it. Anybody have any questions?
No, that was, no, sorry. Go ahead, Lori.
I just wanted to say, Michelle, when you were talking about, I just think for what really works for me is really listening to the person I'm reaching out to, listening to what their needs are, because we can make it all about us. And obviously I do post every once in a while about what it's doing for me, but everybody has something they need this gel for. So really listen to what they're saying and really being there for them, because a lot of people are struggling and they do need it. We know that, but if you can hear them and I think we can touch them in a more caring way that way and not come off so sales pitchy. You know what I mean?
I totally agree. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, we got to be better at listening, right? God gave us 1 mouth and 2 ears, right?
That's what I always tell my students.
That's right. Listen more than we talk. So just listen. And it's summertime, y'all. We know we're gonna be going on vacations. Listen, one of the first people I signed up was a couple on a cruise. And it was just because I happened to mention HGH and they knew what it was. But, you can do this alongside of just doing life and just be listening to what people are saying and just offer, like Lori said, you know what, I might have a solution for that. You know, like, can I talk, or I'll send you some information. Don't make it like in that moment, like you're giving a whole sales thing. And y'all, if you aren't not using that app, that app is flipping amazing. So you want to be on that. It's worth the $5. It's a write-off anyways, so do it.
All right. Any other questions for Michelle? All right. Well, I just want to thank you, Michelle. That was awesome, and some great tips that we can all incorporate starting right now into our business. So can everybody hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm on my phone. I got off the computer. I don't know what the... Okay, so real quick, my announcements, I will do them really fast now. There is a new social media tool in our back office. And in there, you log in and you go to the tools, and it's on the left side. And on there, it's called Media Library. And so it just helps all of us have ideas of what to post.
Hold on.
And there's 6 different categories. So you can pick from different categories based on who you're trying to target. So that's in there. There's a 20 to 30-year-old, 30 to 45, 45 to 60, 60 plus. The 5th one is testimonials, and then motivation. Then they also have captions to go with each of the posts, and they have more than one, and they're all compliant. So if you're ever worried about posting and thinking, oh my gosh, am I being compliant with what I'm saying? You can choose one of the captions, and you can also tailor it to fit your personality and your target market. Just make sure it stays compliant, since they already have it compliant. And then the other announcement that I wanted to make is just make sure that you register for Vegas. The dates are August 16th and 17th. Right now the cost is $199. So we want all of us to be, we want to see everybody in Vegas. It's going to be a great time. It's our very first national convention. So we just want everybody to be there. Okay, now for the drawing. As you can see, there's all the names of, and just a reminder, the cycle bonus that's in Discover Your Potential. Make sure that every week that you're putting your name in there, even if you don't cycle, just because it's a good business practice. You are going to cycle, so just put your name in there. If your name was in this week's, if you even said you didn't cycle, guess what? Your name's in the drawing, because you're doing what you should be doing as a business partner. Okay, so the big winner this week is, yay, it's Elizabeth Brown.
Yay!
So good job, Elizabeth. And she had a rockin' week, so that's exciting that she's the cycle bonus winner. And then I want to tell you about what's coming up on this call, the lineup that we have for the next 3 weeks. So you're going to want to make sure that you're on this call. You're going to want to make sure your teammates are on this call. And we really, really are encouraging people to be on this call live. Of course, we know life happens, but it's just better when we can interact and all be on here together. So next week on the 18th, Rochelle's going to train. She's taking a class from Eric Worre. So she's really excited about teaching some things that she's learning from the mastermind, Eric Worre. So that is the 18th. Then on the 25th, we will have Danielle Rich on this call with us. So if you're part of, I think her name changed, but we all know her as Danielle Rich. But if you were on the boot camp and you know anything about her, you're definitely not going to want to miss that week. And then on July 2nd, we have Diamond Ambassador Kelly Duncan, And some of you might not know, my name is Kim Duncan. I'm not related to her, but some of you might not know her story, but she has been in other network marketing companies, has never been successful. And she has been able to take this business, I can't remember, was it 800? What was it? 800,000.
Almost $1 million, 880,000.
Okay. So you're not going to want to miss her, because it just shows that anybody can be successful at this business. And that's what's so exciting. So if you can, get in your calendars, block off those Tuesdays and be on this call live. I just want to say we so appreciate all of you that were able to take the time and be live with us. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Michelle, again, I just want to thank you for taking the risk and putting yourself out there and training us. It was great information. I appreciate you all, and go out and rock it this week, and we will see you next Tuesday.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. It was awesome. I loved how you did it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I get to hang with Kim Duncan next week in Colorado. Whoop, whoop.
I know. I can't wait.
Oh, how great. I didn't know that. Have a great time.
I know.
I'm leaving.
Thank you.
Out.
Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right, thanks, guys.